Hello everyone. I will just bring this up on my page, make sure that we're actually live. Looks like we're good. If you're here, say hello. Let me know that it's working on your guys' end. So I see Janet's watching, so it looks like it's all good. And we've got a couple cards to make. So I'm going to start with this one. I'll wait a couple minutes and just see if some more people hop on with us. What is everybody doing besides watching Facebook Live tonight? Hopefully not watching the news. That's no fun. Stay away from that stuff tonight. This is a card. I see Linda's here, and this card is actually one that I got in the mail from Linda. So I am going to make her card tonight, and I also have some cards that she sent me in the mail that I'm going to show you guys tonight because they are pretty awesome. And maybe we'll even have to turn them into a class. Hi, Linda. I see Ryan's watching too. I'm not sure where he's watching from or if it's actually one of my devices, but maybe he's actually watching too. All right, so while we wait a minute or two, I'm going to show you guys some really cool cards that I got from Linda in the mail. And I want to just take a second to tell you guys about a couple of upcoming events. So many of you either know or participated in the On the Horizon retreat that Laura and I ran. And we have another, hi Ramona, we have another, and Lori, we have another event that sort of ties into the Horizon retreat. It's not part of the retreat, but the next Paper Pumpkin, haha, Ruby says hi, and hi Audrey. The next Paper Pumpkin in March is the Beyond the Horizon Paper Pumpkin Kit. So because we just did that retreat at the beginning of February, we decided we would do a alternate Paper Pumpkin class with the Beyond the Horizon Paper Pumpkin Kit. So if this interests any of you, we're going to do this class April 4th. It is a Monday. I'm sorry, Janet, that it's a Monday, but we will open a private Facebook page. He is always watching. That's hilarious. We're going to open a private Facebook page for this event. So if you can't attend live, then it will be recorded for you. Hi, Sandy and Annette as well. So the cost to do the Beyond the Horizon Paper Pumpkin alternate class is $40 if you need the full kit. And then if you have your own kit, if you're already a subscriber and you want to just pay to do the alternates class, then it's $15. And we just have to confirm the price, but we're actually going to offer a tutorial version for those who want to prep their own kit. They already have their own paper pumpkin and they just want to hop in and join us for the night. So April 4th, you need to subscribe or let us know by March 8th so we can add your kit to our paper pumpkin order to get that for you. I have a feeling this one might sell out, so I will increase my subscription number as people commit to it because we don't want it to sell out. If you commit to doing it, we just don't want that to sell out, and then say if we wait till the 8th, then it's too late. So I think we lost connection for a second there, but hopefully we're good. And then we also have the Waves of the Ocean all-day virtual Stampin' Retreat. So this is going to be Saturday, April 2nd, and you will get the Waves of the Ocean bundle as well as elements, all the elements of the suite, so partial packages of them. And then we're working out a price as well for people who want full packages. So if this interests you, let me know. This is another one that some of the supplies are while supplies last, so we will be ordering March 1st as soon as this releases because we don't want to risk missing out. So hopefully it's all good for stock on March 1st, but we'll get that in. I'll be staying up late so I can put it in first thing. All right, so let's get to crafting. I'm going to start with this card here. And, oh wait, no, I said I would show you guys the windmill cards first. So before I make this one, who all has the Tulip Field bundle or suite on their wish list? I know some of you have it already. These cards are adorable. So Linda, if you're still here, thank you so much for sending these in the mail. These are some fun folds. I've never seen two of these cards. I've actually never seen the fold before. So this one just keeps opening up to more and more layers. Look at all that. So the folds of the DSP get progressively smaller, and then you get all of these fun little flaps. So she's done a lot of work on this. I just love it. I don't know if you're here, Brenda, but when you see this, you're gonna love this card. Isn't that cute? Thank you, Linda. And then we have this next one that has another fun fold. I did one similar to this, but it was portrait style. Well, I guess it was this is portrait too, but it went the other way. But this is really cute. So you get really good use out of your 12 by 12 DSP. And then I love how she cut the tulips out of there. Super cute. I feel like I need to case both of these, whether it's with the tulip fields or something else. You guys will have to tell me what product I should case these with. My hope, because I haven't done a lot during Celebration class-wise, we've been super busy with the online sale and our last retreat, that I haven't had a lot of extra classes, but I'm hoping to go live every day between now and the end of the month. So that's 4 times, I guess. If you guys comment and tell me things that you would like to see me bring you from Celebration. And I'll use those as ideas to bring you guys alive every day. Tomorrow will have to be during the day, I think, because we have plans to go out with some friends in the evening. And then there's this one here that is also super adorable, where she cut the flowers out of the DSP here. So cute. Thank you again, Linda. Once you open the card, can you show us the top view and the back view, please? Yes. Audrey, do you mean this one? I'll wait a second because I know it's a little bit delayed. And then just tell me if this is the one that you want to see. And then if I case this one, or whichever one you want to see, then I could come back and actually do the live for you and show you how to do it. So this one here, it looks like, without measuring, that it is 4, no, that's 5 1/4. And then by 12. So she's probably scored it every 4 inches so that you get the triple flap there. So that's the front and that's the back. So this looks to be, it's a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, Audrey. And then the DSP is scored at every 4 inches. But I feel like I should come and do this one live. Is that your vote? Tell me if you think I should demo this one on a live in the next 4 days, Audrey. And then I'll come back and do that. So those are super cute. That is the Tulip Fields cards that I got from Linda, and I love every one of them. They are beautiful. Okay, and I loved her little note card that she sent me so much that we're going to make this one here. It's similar to one that I made on a previous live, but it's a different take on it. So I thought that I would do this as a happy little rainbow card. I just felt like I needed to do something cheery today. This was not a planned live, but this afternoon I just felt like I need to create and get on here and do a live with you guys. All right, so this is a note card, if I did not say that already. So awesome. Yeah, Sandy, I'll have to come back and do that. So this one is a note card size, and then I'm going to do a full size card for you afterwards. So this one will be fairly quick. I chose the Rainbow, Sunshine and Rainbows DSP, just like Linda has here. So this is being a note card, it's a 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. So I'm just going to adhere that down to my card. Try to watch the comments for you guys too. I will also have some, before the month ends, hopefully tomorrow, I'll get some classes posted for you guys. And then if anyone wants to register for them before the end of February, you can still earn your Celebration rewards on them. And then we will do them in March, because there isn't any time left to actually have the class in March or February, but we can still earn things in February. So I will put some dates out there for you guys. And then with this host code here, if anyone is interested in placing an order, with a $65 order, you're going to get a free gift from me. And then with a $100 order, we're going to do an appreciation class in March. All right, so now this is the Stitched So Sweetly, the scalloped rectangle. I have pre-cut a rainbow. This time I did not use the rainbow die that cuts it into all of the separate layers. Just want to show you guys some of these. So it's from this piece here. You get all of those rainbows, and instead of die cutting it with this one here, where you guys have seen me use it before and it cuts all the separate layers of the rainbow, I just fussy cut it like Linda did here. So I just cut the whole thing out together. But you could absolutely, if you have this bundle, take the dies, lay it on there, and run that through so that you get multiple pieces. Just set those aside. All right, so I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I'm going to add this on with dimensionals. And I went and hid them. That's not good. So I'll put the Stitch So Sweetly on with dimensionals. Hi, Paulette. It feels so quiet when I'm here by myself. Have you guys had a chance to do anything crafty this week? So that's on there with dimensionals. Next, I will put the rainbow on with dimensionals. And I am just going to see if I can find where I put the regular dimensionals. The ones that I have here are from Paper Pumpkin, and they're a little bit thicker. Do you guys find that as well? That they are thicker than usual. We dug so many things out here, cards that I could show you guys, that I buried them. There we go. I brought out some On the Horizon cards so that I could show you guys what we've been making with the Horizon bundle. Who all here has the Horizon? If you're in my stamp club or you did our retreat, then you already have it. But is there anyone here who doesn't yet? We're going to be using the Horizon bundle in Stamp Club on Monday. I'm excited for that. There's so many beautiful things that you can make with it. And then actually next month, the Global Project tutorial, we are actually using the Horizon bundle for that as well. So that's exciting. I get to create with it some more. I also have this piece here from the Sunshine and Rainbows. Oh, that's so true. It's not available to order. It will be back though, I think March 7th. So unfortunately you can't earn it during Celebration right now, but watch for it when it comes back. It's a really good bundle. So I'm going to punch out with this Cloud Punch, this one here. And I bet that most of you in club will earn that the tutorial that we're going to be creating as well. So you guys will have 12 more projects that you can case. You'll get the full video tutorial and the full written tutorial. So that will be nice to have. I can't wait to see what everybody comes up with. So to get to these other ones, I just had to cut them out so that we can reach them with the punch. I am going to completely case Linda's clouds here and use the same ones that she did. Has anybody got this Cloud Punch? Have you punched out these little clouds with your Sunshine and Rainbows DSP? I feel like we all have the Sunshine and Rainbows DSP. It has been super popular. It'll be interesting after Celebration is all done. They usually tell us what was the most popular item. So it'll be fun to see how this Sunshine and Rainbows paper did and whether it's more popular than the Marvelous paper. Which one do you guys prefer? Sunshine and Rainbows or simply Marvelous? So let me know in the comments which one do you guys like. Oh my gosh, here I go using all these things that are not available. The Cloud Punch is not available right now. This is not good. Okay. So next we're going to attach these on. I am going to, I feel like I should have maybe tucked this one underneath. We'll see if we can. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should it go under or over? Should all of the clouds go over the rainbow? And then it's like a toss-up so far. Let me know, should I put this under the rainbow or over the rainbow? I am going to use this little greeting here. And then I also have the Celebration Special Moments. I love this greeting set. If you guys don't have this yet and you have Celebration rewards to redeem, I know some of you who did the online sale definitely have lots of Celebration items to redeem. This little Hello Sunshine from here is what I plan to use. Put them all over. Okay, so get this one if you need some suggestions on what to use your Celebration rewards for. I agree, Janet. We're going to stick with over. Yeah, Ramona, it's really pretty paper. There's a few sheets in there that are, I really like both sides, and then it's hard to know which one you want to use. Do you guys ever find that? I'm just deciding where to place these dimensionals. So I've placed them in areas where they will overlap that the butterfly, my gosh, the rainbow. So this one's going to go just over here. Next, I need to place this one over here. And before I put that down, I want to just make sure that it's going to be kind of where I want it. So I'll put those like that. With the note cards, it's hard to get them to stay flat. So it's kind of a little bit of a balancing act while we are assembling with a note card. Hold everything down. There we go. And the reason for that, the reason I was putting it there to decide where to put them, is I want to make sure I put those dimensionals in places where they're not going to stick on top of the butterfly. Why do I keep calling that a butterfly? The rainbow, so that it doesn't pop up too much in front of it. Now with this one, I will pop it a little bit more in front of that. So with this one, I am going to need to do a double decker in a couple of places. So I'm going to put one on either end, because then it will overlap the, actually now here what I can do is just double decker this straight on the card, because it will be hidden now by the cloud. So just peel those off and then peel the backing off that middle stack. So this is where I did the double decker, because this has one layer of dimensionals and I want this to raise up to the height that my cloud is going to be. Okay. And then I just need to get my greeting layer ready. And I will add the little butterfly gems like Linda has here. So I'm going to stamp this one. I'll set this aside and it's going to pop open while I'm working on this. I'll see if I bone fold it, if it will stay a little bit more closed, but my card was a little warped in the tray that I had them sitting in. They got a little bit bent, so it's wanting to pop open there. So I'm going to use, like I said, this little Hello Sunshine. I've got Bermuda Bay ink, and I am going to do just a little bit of blending on the little label first. Have you used the Horizon with Simply Marvelous, Linda? That's a good idea. I just love that Horizon DSP. How many of you guys already own that? It is probably one of my favorite DSPs. All right. Oh, not ready for that. Forgetting that I just said that I was going to blend on it first. You can see the Horizon or the oceanfront that we were using with the Horizon stamp set there. I'm going to just close that so I don't get that in the way. So I'm going to use Pool Party first. So I've got my blending brush and Pool Party ink. I'm just going to dab off a little bit first, and then I just want to add a little bit over the label. So not a lot, just like a slight hint there. And then I'm going to use my Pool Party blends and just give a little flick first, just so that my greeting label isn't quite so stark. And then I'll stamp my greeting on top. I was actually going to do that in Bermuda, not with Memento. So I'll just wipe that off first. I tend to use Memento a lot for stamping greetings. So then when I switch from that, I've got to remind myself. We're going to give this a try anyway. If I don't like Hello Sunshine in Bermuda, I can always switch it another time. But for now, we've got Hello Sunshine with Bermuda Bay. One of my favorite colors. All right. So now I can go ahead and pop that onto here. I'll need that paper back again. I wish this card would stay flat. It's kind of tricky to hold it flat while I show you guys what to do, but you get the idea. All right. Okay, so that's there. And then we're going to add the Brush Brass Butterflies. These are one of my favorite embellishments ever. They are nice and flat, but so pretty. And I like where Linda put these, so we're gonna just go with what she did here. So she's got the large one and the little one, and then we're gonna put a little one right over here. So there we go. We've got the two different versions. So Linda's DSP is slightly different. I use the one with the little rainbows, and then hers has the larger rainbows and the sunshine. So thank you, Linda, for sending me that card and making this, I can't call it a take and make demonstration, I guess. Really easy to come to. So that is card number 1, and I wanted to make one more for you guys. So hopefully you guys can stick around, and I'll share with you another rainbow card. And then after I make this card, I'll show you guys some of the Horizon cards that we made, so that when it's available for you to order, you'll have lots of inspiration. All right, so here's the next card. I needed a dog sympathy card, and I also have a friend and customer who was looking for ideas for a cat sympathy card today, and this idea came to me. So I just figured I may as well, while I was working with rainbows, show you guys this one as well. So I'll quickly make one of these. I've got everything cut, so it shouldn't take too long. Hopefully it won't keep you guys here longer than you want to be, but hopefully it's a happy distraction today. All right, so I've got, again, the rainbows, the Brilliant Rainbows. I used this one this time. I've used this one quite a bit, the little one. You can see our washi tape. We tend to tape it down every time we run it through. So I've used this one here, and I cut it in Melon Mambo, and then Bumblebee, and Old Olive, and Bermuda Bay. So I went with those colors there. It kind of tortures me to not be able to use the full range of the colors of the rainbow, but when it only cuts 4, then you've got to do something to compromise, right? So I sort of mimicked what they offer with the card we just made. So this one here, I've already set that out of the way. So I sort of mimicked this one. It's slightly different. This one is Magenta Madness, and then this may be Bumblebee, and then Granny Apple Green and Bermuda. So I just switched it out to Melon Mambo. It was a little bit deeper, so I liked the slightly different pink there, and then I went with Old Olive instead of the Granny Apple Green, but it's close enough. So again, it's these dies here. I did not use the stamps from the Rainbow of Happiness, but I did use again the Thinking of You, this one here from Special Moments. So this one is a really good, that's a good greeting set to have in your collection. And not one that you'd need to get rid of. I think it's a good one to keep even once it's retired because it's pretty versatile. So I'll just move these out of the way. I've got a 4 1/4 by 11 card base. So I have just folded that in half. Then I've got a 4 by 5 1/4 layer of white. I used another piece of paper from the Sunshine and Rainbows DSP. So I'll show you this one here. It's got these nice white hearts on Pool Party and then the beautiful stripes on the back. So that's the one I used for that. And I just cut a 3/4 inch by 5 1/4 strip to go down the side. And then I've got a little piece of silver foil from the Silver Foil Specialty. And then I've got all of my ingredients here to make the rainbow. I've actually punched a cat so that I can show you with a current product because the dog is actually retired, but that dog punch is never leaving my collection. I guess never say never, but anyhow. So you can either, when you're cutting the rainbows, you can also either cut the whole selection of the rainbow, or you can just cut the strip that you need. Some of these we did do strategically, and I just placed enough behind the largest stripe of the rainbow to get the Melon Mambo. So you can do either one, whatever works for the sizes of scraps that you have. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing that I did. I'll bring this closer so you can see, but the same thing that I did under that little greeting on the last card, I'm going to do on the white layer of this one. So I blended a little bit of Pool Party ink onto the white layer, and then I spattered some Pool Party blends. So I'm going to go ahead and do that first, just so that that part is prepped, and then we can move on to assembly. So I've got my Pool Party, and then I've got my blending brush. So just pick up your ink and then always dab off first. I had all the pieces on the card first without blending, and it just looked a little bare. So I decided to give it a little bit of something, which is really nice with the blending brushes and some ink, is you can just fill in a little bit of white space if you feel like your card is a little bit naked. There. I think just a little bit more. Do you guys have blending brushes? All right, so that's good for that. And then again, I'll come in with my Pool Party blends. I'm just going to move the card because I don't want to flick this all over that and have it somewhere where I don't want it. There we go. So I'll bring this closer so you guys can see again. So I've got the little bit of Pool Party and then the little spatter from the blends. So hopefully you guys can see that with that a little bit closer. All right, now my next step here is you just want to pay attention to the direction of the hearts. On this paper, not always is this the case, but on this one, the hearts all face one way. So I want to just make sure that I put this silver piece to this side here. So I'm just going to flip this over. Uh-oh, we have a phone ringing. Hey, Ethan, can you answer that? It's actually the vet calling, so you'll have to take that and then just go there. Thanks. And Ryan left, of course, so we'll just attach this. For those of you who don't know, our cat snuck out on Sunday night while we were dealing with the online sale, the pickups. Some point during the day she snuck out. We have no idea when. We have no idea how long she was out there for. And we've had to make one trip to the vet. So we had to send them a video yesterday of this twitching she had going on. So Anyhow, that's probably what they're calling about. I've got a little bit of a discrepancy in the height of this paper, so I want to just trim that off. I like to trim the layers as I go so that when I put them together, they are all the same size. So when I adhere this down to here, I'm probably going to have to trim a little bit off the white. Yeah, you can see that there's a slight difference there. So I'll attach this first, and then I will trim off the top side there just to trim it up or to even it out. This card is sort of a case of another card that I made before this product released. I'll show you guys that one in a moment. Here, I'll actually show you this before I cut it. So you can see here, there's that little bit of white. I like to just trim that up at this stage because then my layers will all be nice and clean. And then I won't be frustrated with pieces that aren't the same size when I put it together. So this is the other one that I made with the glitter paper in the rose gold. So I'd made that one back in December, I think, or it might have been January, but anyhow, that's the one that it's sort of cased from. And now I can bring that back in. So now with this one, these layers all together, I'm gonna go ahead next and attach my white twine. So I'm gonna just leave enough to tie a bow because I've got my bow right up here. So I have enough of a tail on one side. I like to wrap around twice. And then I'm going to just bring this back up here so I have enough there and enough here to tie a bow. So I'll cut that off. And then my trick to being able to tie a nice bow, somebody taught me this years ago. I can't recall who, but this tip for me makes all the difference in being able to tie a clean bow. So I've got my pieces here just lined up. My bow's about this far down, so I'm going to take a little glue dot and I'm going to stick that on top of this first piece of twine, and it stuck to my finger, of course. So now I'll re-stick that down. So it's holding that layer down. And now I'll bring these two, I'll tie, just loop them through each other to make one single knot. I don't do a double knot, so I just have my single knot here. And now I'll just slide it up and tack it down to that glue dot. So you can see now it's nicely tacked down. And then my twine doesn't unravel on me while I'm trying to tie the bow. So I can clean up those ends now, make sure that's stuck really well. And then I can't do the bunny ears. I have to do one loop around and through the hole. And just keep the layers clean as you're cinching it back. Like, don't let them twist upon each other. If they twist upon each other, then it's hard to get a nice clean bow. So there we go. And then I hold the knot when I'm cinching it back. I find if I hold the knot to help avoid twisting, that it'll be a cleaner bow. So there we go. So that's my bow tying trick for you. Hopefully that helps somebody. Hopefully it helps avoid some frustration. And then I'm going to dry fit. So with the rainbow layers, dry fitting is just placing everything on without the adhesive so that you can make sure it all fits. I'm going to just move my little tails there. And then from here you can pick up one piece at a time and stick it down. So I find that works for me. Make sure it's all kind of where I want it. I could probably bring this down just a little bit. There we go. So I'll start with my Melon Mambo. And I'm just using Tombow to glue these down. I'm not popping up this layer because I'm going to pop the clouds and I'm going to pop the dog or the cat. This one's going to be the cat. But I'm already going to have a lot of dimension, and then I also dimensioned the 4x5 1/4 layer. So these guys are just getting glued straight down. How about the rainbow dies? How many of you guys have these already? If you are interested in the paper is a celebration item, the Sunshine and Rainbows. And that, I imagine, it is going to be gone on the 28th for sure, after the 28th. And then who knows what the stock is like. I'll have to check to make sure that it's not low in inventory. But I think last year we had some papers start to sell out before the end of celebration. Whoopsie. Don't do what I just did. Make sure it's stuck down first before you pull away from there. So there we go. There is my rainbow. And then now I can build the other layers by putting them on with dimensionals. So this is the cloud punch. So you can either punch out those clouds that came on the pattern DSP, or you can just punch them out of cardstock. So these are just basic white, and they're textured with the painted texture embossing folder. So if that's not one that you have, that's one that I really recommend. It's a pretty versatile folder. It's not quite the subtle folder that I still love, but it is still a really versatile one when you want to just add a little bit of something. So first, I attached this one here to the left side. I hope that cloud punch, you guys, I'll have to check when it's coming back in stock for you, but hopefully it's not on back order for too long. I don't know that this is one I'd get rid of either, the cloud punch. I definitely really love the clouds from, we were talking about this at our team meeting this week, the clouds from the Give It a Whirl dies. They are a really awesome cloud die, so I do use those a lot. I almost use them for this, but I thought these big ones would be nice to fill in the bottom area of the rainbow. So those are both dimensional. Then I will dimensional the cat right onto here. So that guy's next. Now, just as I did with the last project, I need to double decker behind the head of the cat because I've already raised the clouds and I'm raising the lower part of the cat. So the top part that will overlap the clouds needs to be on double layers of dimensionals. So this guy's gonna go here. And I'm also going to just put this layer straight onto the card already so that I don't have any missing layers. So I'll just flip this over. How about you guys? Do you like to dimensional your first card layer? I sort of have a rule of thumb on this. If I'm doing a layer, not always, but if the layer is bigger than this one's 4 by 5 1/4. So if it's bigger, like 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, then I do not dimensional it. But if it's at least 1/4 of an inch smaller all the way around, then often I do. There's some exceptions to that, just depends on what the card feel is like. But when there's less of a reveal, I find that you kind of hide the back layer if you put it on dimensionals. So with less than 1/4 of an inch all the way around, I don't tend to. Okay, so we're almost done. I just need to add the thinking of you greeting, which again, I was saying is from this Special Moments. It's this one here. And this time I did use Memento. I have a scrap sitting here, so I'm going to use this and the little cutter. Just move this over for a second. Do you guys feel like these colors of a rainbow suffice for a pet sympathy card? Or do they need to be your traditional colors of the rainbow? Let me know what you guys think. I hope that with the pink, that it's okay. All right, so again, this is Memento. And hopefully you guys don't get my head in your view here. Just gotta... I did not stamp that evenly, so we'll see if it works to just flip over. and do the other side. The tricks of not wanting you guys to have to look past my head in the way. I missed the F again. Okay, one sec. Gotta redo that guy. You only have 2 sides. If there was 3 sides, I'd go ahead and do that one again. But this is what your scraps of white that we always cut off the edges when we're doing layers. They're good for that. There. But now it's crooked. I should have had one ready so you guys didn't have to watch this fighting with this. Although, it's also a good lesson that we're all human. There we go. That worked. Sometimes you just got to stamp a few times to make it work. These colors are good. Thanks, Janet. All right. So then what I did was I just cut some little angles onto this one here. So no fancy dye. I didn't have one that worked there just like I wanted it to. So I am just hand cutting this. And trying to match the angles. And then I actually also just tapped the edges a little bit in some Pool Party. So if you want just a little bit of color or a little bit of some detail, you can always do that. I wanted to set it apart from the cloud just a bit, but not a lot. And then I'm also just going to distress, just a tad. So you can still see the Pool Party when I do that. There we go. So we'll dimensional that onto here. And then there's a couple of extra little steps after this. So we'll get this going. And again, I need a double decker behind this side because I am going to dimensional the end where it overlaps the cat. So I need to double decker the other side. So that one's going to go right there. Do you guys all still have the dog punch? Is that one you guys will let go of? I'll be keeping that little dog. It's so cute. And hopefully we have more happy occasions to use it than sad. And then the last little thing, I used the Sparkle and Shine sequins. So they, I think, might be on the Rainbow, Brilliant Rainbows page, but I'm going to add a couple of those. And if you have the Take Your Pick tool, it is really great for lifting these out of here because they are so staticky that I find it's hard, and they're clear. I use the clear ones, so it's hard to see them to grab them out of there. So your Take Your Pick tool is great for that. And then I'm just going to stick them down with some little glue dots. And it stuck to my finger, so it's just going straight onto there. What was the Me Too? Yeah, I'm not getting rid of that dog punch. I saw that it was on clearance in another market at one point, so who knows if we'll get it back on our clearance rack one day. But for those of you who don't have it, I hope for your sake that it does come onto our clearance rack at some point. And then I just put these offset a little right here. So then we've got our little triangle of embellishments. And there we go. So that is my last minute impromptu design so that I could come and do a live for you guys. I just felt like I needed to do something that was happy, and I do love working with our online sale and getting all of that ready, but I hadn't been creative in more than a week, so decided that I wanted to do a little something crafty and come and do a live with you guys. It's always fun to chat with you all here. I don't think I've missed any questions, but if there's anything that you guys want to know, let me know. I'll do a quick little show and tell of some On the Horizon cards, Horizon and Oceanfront. And then hopefully these will inspire you guys for the, what's it called? The Paper Pumpkin Horizon. Thanks, Deb. And I think Deb is doing the Waves of the Ocean Retreat, and Janet, we've got a few of you guys here who are doing Brenda, the Waves of the Ocean Retreat. I dumped all these cards over in my excitement to show you guys other stuff. So I'll show you guys what we did at our On the Horizon retreat. We actually still have access passes to that available, but just to give you an idea, keep in mind this is the Horizon product, but Laura and I offered these classes. I don't have her class. I haven't made them yet. I did actually make them and I gave them away because they were so great, but I will show you guys what we've been making. So this is Stamp Club. This is the On the Horizon Stamp Club, one of the cards. And then this one here, we're going to be doing, this is like a book fold. It's kind of fun. So we're doing this one and this one with Stamp Club. So that is the On the Horizon. And then at our retreat, we did this one here. And then we also did this one. So that's On the Horizon. And then Laura designed, nope, this was my third one. So we did this card. And then we did an Oceanfront class. We did this one here. And let's see if I have my last one handy. I don't have the last one handy, but those were the Oceanfront ones. And then we are working on what our Waves of the Ocean cards are for the retreat that will be April 2nd. So again, if that interests you, you can let us know as soon as possible or by February 28th so that we can get the order in on March 1st when it first releases so that we don't miss out on those. And then if you're interested in the Beyond the Horizon Paper Pumpkin Alternates class, those I will add your kit to my subscription number as soon as you let me know that you want to do it. Janet, I actually already added yours the other day because I knew that you wanted to do it and I didn't want to risk that we would miss out. So I've already added you in for that one. And again, with both of these, even if you can't join us live, you'd be added to our private Facebook page and you'll have access to the recordings for as long as the groups are in existence on Facebook. So those are two events coming up, and then I'll be posting a calendar of classes that will be in March that if you register by February 28th, you can still take advantage of the celebration rewards for signing up for the class. So stay tuned for those. And thank you, Linda. And Linda, thank you so much for these beautiful cards again. For anyone that missed these at the beginning, I will show you guys these one more time. They are gorgeous. And I think I'm going to have to come back maybe tomorrow or the next. I'll be back tomorrow, but whether the fancy fold is tomorrow or the next day, I'll for sure come back and do at least one of these fancy folds. I don't know if you're still here or not, Audrey, but I will come back with the fancy fold for you. So I'm excited to do that. And you'll have to, before I go, I'll come back and read the comments, but tell me which celebration item you guys might like to see in one of these fancy folds. So make a vote in the comments and tell me what you think I should do the fancy fold. Which product should I feature for the fancy fold? And then I'll come back to those comments and get busy. But there we go. That is our take and make. Thanks guys for joining me. I hope you guys all had fun. Maybe you will go and create some cute pet cards. You don't have to make Thinking of You either. You could make this like a new pet card. Even though it's a rainbow, pets are still happy. They're a happy addition to the family. So anyhow, thanks again, guys, and we will see you tomorrow. I'll post a time of what time I'll be here tomorrow. Again, likely during the day as opposed to the evening, but we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks.